Coming to you live from Pasadena, Monologue! And now, your lovable host, Donald Briggs!
Thank you. I'm your host, Donald Briggs, and this is Monologue, the finals. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, let's go ahead and meet our wonderful judges for this evening, okay? We have Mr. Barry Papick. Barry. McCall Sennett. Thank you. And Justin Ross.
Donald, just styling tonight.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
We're going to bring out our first contestant. Her name is Beata Kaminska. She's doing a piece titled The Accused, which is written by Tom Topor. Beata Kaminska.
You double-crossing bitch. You sold me out. Did you see this? Did you do this? This is what you did? Yeah, I wouldn't make a good witness, huh? Yeah, I'm too fragile. My past is too questionable. I'm a drunk, I'm a pothead, and I'm a drug addict. So I'm just some slut that I bounced around in a bar a little bit, huh? So I didn't get raped? I never got raped? How come he doesn't say that? How come he doesn't say Sarah Tobias got raped? And who the hell are you to decide that I am a good witness? That I cannot be a good witness? You know, I'm standing there with my pants down and my crotch hang out for the world to see, and 3 guys are sticking it to me. And a bunch of other guys are yelling and clapping. And you standing here and telling me that's the best you can do? If that's the best you can do, then your best sucks! Now, I don't know what you got for selling me out, but I should hope it was worth it.
All right, thank you. Beata, will you join me, please? Let's find out what the judges thought of that performance. Barry.
Yeah, I thought that there was a real growth between the semifinals and the finals. I thought this was much better. And I thought you took your time. I still think that there's moments that can be worked on, but I really see a growth in you as an actress from certainly from the time that we started this to now. And I'm really proud of that. I think you did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that as well. And I think that it's a sort of piece that there's so much going on there, and there's such it's such an incredibly difficult situation what she's been through. And so I think that you can every time that you work on this, you're going to bring more to it. And it's very clear that you brought a lot more to it. You know, your emotional prep going into the piece was it was so much more full than it was in the semifinals. And I think that as you continue to work on it, that will just grow. I would encourage you to, I think that the parts where you're talking about what you read, you know, what they said about you in terms of your past being questionable, you being a drunk, experience that. Go back and actually, you know, if you haven't already, I'm sure you have, but, you know, take more time even to explore reading that for the first time, really seeing what everyone's saying about you. So that those are all, right now they come together a little bit too much, but each of those things, they're distinct things that people are saying about you, even though they kind of do run together. So I just think that you, it's a sort of piece that you can, it's just layer upon layer, and it'll just get richer every time that you commit to doing the work on it. Thank you. Good work.
Well, Beata, you know I'm a fan. I hope I made that clear in the semifinals. I felt tonight you rushed it a little bit. I know my fellow Judge Barry disagrees. You said you took your time, and yet I wanted. I don't know, maybe just because, you know, I want more of you. So I wanted I don't know, I just wanted more of a slow boil to let all that anger and frustration and hurt happen a little more slowly. That's an easy way to say, just take it slower, but to let each one of those realizations that you're coming to happen in the moment. I think I heard you say earlier, your instinct is to just get through it, just go through it. Yeah, forget about that. You've earned your right to take your time. You're that good.
I agree, and I think Mikhail really hit it on the head, would really, if you get more personal with this, if everything is really more personal to you, then you're going to see what Justin was saying in that it's not going to be about pace whatsoever. Pace is a word that I hate anyway. It's going to be about who you are. So everything needs to just be a little bit more personal. And when you're talking about yourself, we have to see your fragility and your damage in order to see hers. So I think Mikhail really hit that on the head.
But also there's a mask where you're coming in with anger, but underneath that is the hurt. So you are trying not to show, you do not want to cry in front of this person. You are stronger than that, you are better than that, you are here to tell this person off. So it's, you brought more of the fragility and the emotion to it tonight, but there's another step beyond that where you're trying to not bring that, but it's impossible for that not to pour out of you. But it's just layers. You have to explore these things in order to get there, and it's all part of the process. I mean, you have to go through the process of working on it, and it's going to take time, and you didn't have enough time between, the last time you did it and now to really have that full experience. So, but it's not so much, I mean, a lot of acting is not, it's not about the emotion. It's about it's about fighting the emotion. But that emotion, you've done so much of your own homework on that it's impossible for that not to come out anyway. It's just, it bursts out of you. But whoever you're in front of, you're trying to fight that. You're not trying to let them, see you vulnerable, see you cry. But you just can't help but cry because but you don't know when it'll come because you're fighting it. It'll come when it comes, and that's the magic of acting, is that we don't control it. It's this thing you set in motion, and then it just, you're the vessel. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Beata.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Okay. Okay.
Very nice.
And before, our next contestant. Hey, you all know that the Super Bowl is going to be two brothers competing with one another in the Super Bowl. Well, we have the Super Bowl of acting tonight. We have two brothers who are actually in the finals. So our next contestant is one of the brothers, goes by the name of Dylan Shepard, and he's going to do a piece titled "The Glass Menagerie." Dylan, come on and do it.
Yep. Well, that's what I judge to be your principal trouble. A lack of confidence in yourself as a person. Now, I'm basing this fact on a number of your remarks and on certain observations that I've made. For instance, this clumping that you say you thought was so awful in high school, you say you dreaded to go upstairs. You see what you did? You dropped out of school and you gave up an education. All because of a little clump, which as far as I'm concerned is practically non-existent. Oh, a little physical defect's all you had. It's hardly noticeable even. Magnified 1,000 times by your imagination. Now, you know what my strong advice to you is? You got to think of yourself as being superior in some way. I mean, alive, Laura. Look around you. What do you see? A world full of common people. All of them born, and all of them are gonna die. Now, which of them has 1/10 of your strong points? Or mine? Or anybody else's, for that matter. You see, everybody excels in some one thing. Well, some in many. You take me, for instance. Now, my interest happens to lie in electrodynamics. I'm taking a course in radio engineering at night school, on top of a fairly responsible job at the warehouse. I'm taking that course, and I'm studying public speaking. Because I believe in the future of television. I want to be ready to go right up along with it. I've already made the right connections, and all that remains now is for the industry itself to get underway. You know, full steam, money, rub jigga jigga jigga, knowledge, rub jigga jigga jigga, power, rub jigga jigga jiggle, wham! Now that's the saga democracy's built on.
Great job, great job. Where did Dylan go? Dylan, come on out here. Don't you want to know what the judges thought of that performance?
Yes.
Okay. Barry, tell them what you thought.
Dylan, again, a step up from the semifinals. Much more personal. A lot of what we had talked about in the semifinals, I thought you did in the finals. It's interesting. Remind me, are you married? And never mind. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's interesting because I think that there's moments that you have planned out, and those moments become big and too much, and they don't land. And then there's moments where you just are, and those moments become beautiful, and especially the second time today, rich and really land, personal. And I thought that your personal moments tonight were incredibly moving and wonderful. What I want to see more of with you is getting rid of the bull and landing and just really living the life. You know, great acting is no acting at all. Great acting is living the moment. And when you live the moment, you know, there's a real richness about what you do. And then when you lie to us because you have an image in your mind, then we pull back and we don't really believe those moments. So what I say is just really learn to live the moment, take out what you think how you think you should be seen, and just, you know, put it out there how we're going to see you. Just live the moments.
Yeah, and to add to that, living the moment comes from, you know, focusing on the person you're talking to. So if you're not making it about all these things that you plan to do, but making it about, you know, your intention, your objective. You know, what was your objective? Just out of curiosity, did you have a?
It was to basically make the Laura, who was the person I was talking to,
Yeah.
feel better and better about themselves.
Okay, which is a great objective, but and that I think goes to my what I wanted to say next is, I think that your objective has to be stronger than that. It has to be really, you are here to save her life. This woman, you know, is debilitated by this problem that she has. That's you're convinced is not that big of a deal, but she's made it everything. So, you know, it's like a life or death situation. If you can get through to her thick skull, and convince her that she's not that different than everyone else, then she might have a fighting chance of finding love. Maybe not with you, but with someone, you know, and maybe she can really have a rich life. So if you make your objective that strong, and you go full force to give that person that you're talking to, you know, that message, and that underlies what you're saying, then it'll just make your performance so much more rich. So I would just encourage you, and you know, as you move on in your career, to really choose for yourself, when you're working on a character, really strong objectives, because they will feed into what you do. Good work, and I definitely saw the growth from the last time as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm being totally honest, and I want to be because I believe in you, I think it was a little step back from the last performance when, if you remember, I, you know, was over the moon at your decision to take on this kind of grown-up material and this grown-up character. And I felt that you had made it your own. I think those were my words. You know, I believed you as a young man as you are today, speaking to somebody who really needed your help and assistance and support. And tonight, I felt that it was a little actory, you know. It was a little, you memorized the lines, you were going for it, you had your stuff, you did take out some of the shtick, which is great, but it felt a little less connected to reality. Have you ever been in the situation where you have lent that kind of support to someone either younger or a peer or somebody older even?
Once to my friend Elijah. He was a little, and then I became his friend, and I was nice to him, and then yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you have a personal experience that you can draw from in terms of now being in this unreal situation, speaking to this character. I would encourage you to draw on that. You know, were you thinking that? Did you use that at all when you were preparing this? Is Elijah your Laura?
Not like that, but in a way, yes, and in a way, no.
Anything that you can do, you know, to, as you know, they've said, you know, the best acting is not acting, and just, you know, the differences that we find in characters, to realize that they're not so different after all, and I do have something in me that can make it very honest, would be my guidepost. But again, kudos for taking on such mature material, and you know, you've got the stuff. So,
that being said, and I absolutely hear what you're saying, but I do think that there were moments in there tonight, that were incredibly rich, and those are the moments that we have to nurture, because I think when you do drop into those moments of truth, you know, we sit here and we really believe you, and we're moved by you. So that's the moments that we have to nurture.
All right. Thank you, Dylan.
Unquestionably.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, now final contestant tonight, not to be done by his previous older brother, is Jack Shepard, doing a piece titled "The Babysitter." Jack.
Mom, I think you and Dad should go out tonight. Linda can come back and babysit. I didn't even decide to do that, because Linda let me play my favorite songs and watch TV at the same time. And she said I could have one snack, but I couldn't decide between a Pop-Tart, a donut, or cookies. So she put them all on a plate until there was one snack plate. And when I threw up later, she didn't even get mad. She just said not to tell. Anyway, I had to cook a lot. And a boyfriend, Bobby, and her other friends came over too. And they bought apple juice to drink. And they gulped it down real fast like this. It made them laugh so hard that they danced all over the living room, even on a new couch. It was the most fun ever. Mom, are you okay?
All right, Jack, good job. Let's find out what the judges thought of that performance, all right? Barry.
Jack, you're so damn cute. Can I use that word again? Am I allowed to use that?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're so cute, and you know, I thought this was good work. It was, the ending was wonderful. You know, in the middle, there are moments that that were good, but not totally believable. so those are the moments that we have to work on. I thought the ending, I totally believed you. And, it's really interesting because we watch you and we want you to be good because you're wonderfully intelligent, talented, handsome, right? And, and I think that the only problem here is a problem of age. As you get older, you're going to get better. And as you get older, you're going to be able to study more and learn some different things. So I think you're wonderful. So my point here is that you do what you do very well. Is that as good as an actor that I'm going to see that's much older than you? Not yet. But the potential is that it will be. And I think you're wonderful. I just love you.
I completely concur with Barry, and but I do want to warn you. I think that you are the cutest, okay? but there's a danger in that when people are super cute, in resting on that. So don't play the cute. Don't be the cute. Make sure that you live in the moment of what you're doing and not play the idea of something. Make sure that you're actually living the moment of what you're saying to your mom, rather than this thing that's going to make everyone laugh. Does that make sense? Okay. Because I think that's a real danger, especially for child actors and for actors that are starting off as young as you are, to get trapped in that. Because as you grow, you're going to grow into a handsome young man, and you might lose some of that cuteness. So you have to make sure that that it's always about the work and not about the clearly adorable qualities that you will bring to it without even trying.
Although I think he's cute for life.
For sure,
yeah.
For sure. But just just a warning.
Yeah. You have such an innate intelligence and an understanding of comedy. I think you're a great physical comic. What you're able to do with your face and your posture is really quite exceptional. I encourage you to take improv classes. Do you know improv? What I mean, improvisation classes without a script, where you're just working, from the insanity that's going on in your mind and speaking, without any censor in your head, and just letting stuff out. And I think you've got an extraordinary career ahead of you, both as a comic and as a serious actor. And not many people can cross that bridge. So let that go, really fly away with that. I think you'll do incredibly well. And again, it could be my hearing. I'm not the youngest kid on the block, so I'm still having a little bit of trouble hearing what you're saying. And as we talked over this season, enunciating and getting that work done, that technical part of the equation under your belt, so that you don't have to worry about it at all, I think will serve you very, very well. I think you're terrific.
All right. And Jack, thank you very much. Everybody, Jack. Well, now let's bring out the contestants. Come on in. All right, we're going to get some final comments from the judges before we announce the winner tonight.
Well, let me first say that I thought the three of you were really wonderful tonight. And I'd like to say that at some point when you're accepting your Academy Awards, I hope you'll thank me. It was that little moment that Barry Papik gave me on Monologue. But I think that tonight was, it was about experience and it was about age, and I thought that the experience shone through tonight. But I think that all three of you were great, and I think I look forward to you guys getting better and better.
Yeah, I just want to say what a pleasure it has been to see you guys over this season and to have the opportunity to witness your work throughout time. And it's congratulations on getting this far, no matter what comes. It's in acting, there's always just one person that gets the part, and so it's easy to think that we did something wrong if we don't get the part. But sometimes it's not always that. There's so many variables. So always just know that you're always competing against yourself, I think, more than against other people, and I think that for me is it is a good guidepost, in not getting too down if someone else gets it over me, because it's not really about them versus me. It's just about me doing my best work and always growing. So it's been a pleasure to watch you guys grow, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to thank you all for being open to accepting our criticism and our comments. The work that you did in between each program was evident, and I applaud you all.
All right, and thank you all. All right, folks, and the moment we've all been waiting for. First of all, I want to say thank you, each and every one of you. It's been a pleasure working with you guys, and I look forward to working with you someday again in the future. Okay, all right, the moment we've all been waiting for. The person who's taking home the grand prize and the Academy Award is Beata Kaminska. Congratulations, Beata.
Thank you.
Once again, I want to thank you guys. It's been a blast this season. We're going to have another season. I want you to look out. There's going to be some information coming out pretty soon, how you can get on the next show and all that, so stay tuned. Thank you once again to all of the judges. You guys have been fantastic. Kevin as well. Kevin is here in the audience. Kevin's been fantastic. Thank you so much for the season. I want to thank the audience members. Once again, I want to thank the crew. You guys have been fantastic. Couldn't do it without you guys. And more importantly, I want to thank these contestants. Thank all the contestants who came before themselves. Until next season, thank you guys so much, all right? Thank you. Yes! All right.